So this is just going to be a bit of a rant on the Honor Band 5 and the reason I'm going to return it. Basically, I used to have a Xiaomi Mi Band 2, had that for about 18 months, and I upgraded that to the 3. The main reason being is with the Mi Band 2, the screen would go quite dim after so many months of use. It was quite a common issue with that particular fitness tracker. Mi Band 3, big improvement. Battery seemed to last longer. Brighter display, had no issues with it whatsoever. The only reason I have this Honor Band 5 now is because, I don't know if you're aware, but on the Mi watches, fitness trackers, their strap is different. So like on this bit here, there's like a little nub that sticks out. And what you do is you wrap that around here and then just push the nub in the hole. And while it is very comfortable that way, if you just catch like this bit of overhang, like imagine that's fastened to my wrist, if you catch that bit there on anything, it can pop the nub out of the hole. And because it's such a light watch and very comfortable, you won't even know you've lost it until like you go to check the time or whatever, which is exactly what happened to me. Like it was bound to happen eventually, and it's a shame because I wouldn't have bothered getting a new fitness tracker if that didn't happen. I retraced my steps and someone had nicked it. So yeah, enough about that. I have an Honor phone. That's what I'm filming this on. Actually, it's the Honor 10, I think it's called. I'm not particularly tech savvy, but I thought, yeah, Honor fitness tracker, Honor phone should go hand in hand, and they do. I'm going to talk quickly about the good things about this watch. Brilliant bright display. As you can see, it's crystal clear. People say the screen is small. Yeah, it is, but it's, come on, you could view that from like a few meters away, well, a couple of meters. It's very comfortable. The band is better. It's way more secure because it's like a traditional watch band. The features, if you have an Honor phone, the features are great. If you open the camera app on your phone, you'll get a little camera symbol on the screen, and you can press that and you can do like remote photographs. So that's great. Also, again, if you have an Honor phone, you can link your phone's alarm clocks to the band. So what happens is you'll set an alarm, and in the morning, the phone will go off, and the band will alert you that there's an alarm going off, and you can either tap this button to go into snooze and do a 10-minute snooze, or hold it down to cancel the alarm, which is an excellent feature. It saves you having to like grab around for your phone when you're half awake. So that's great. As far as connectivity, it works very well. Watch faces, you can get loads of different watch faces. As I'll try and show you now. I've downloaded a few, but yeah, you get the idea. There's loads to choose from. Functions, by the way, the touch panel is very responsive. It's very easy to use. It very rarely like doesn't register a movement. You got your like Bluetooth music, so if I'm playing a song on my phone, I can skip tracks and adjust the volume with that. You got workout, loads of different workouts to choose. Shows you how long you slept last, but that's all it does show you on the watch. You have to go on the app to see everything else. SpO2, find out your oxygen levels in your blood. It's not really something I would use. Heart rate, that's the heart rate functions are very good on this watch. I think it's a lot more accurate, especially when exercising. It's a lot more accurate than the Mi Band 3. I don't know about the Mi Band 4. I couldn't tell you. So I'm going to return this watch, and there's two main reasons why. One is the battery life. Now, I've got this set up on the lowest brightness possible. I have my notifications on fairly low, so in the sense that I don't have many apps giving me notifications other than like Snapchat and WhatsApp and eBay. And I also have the heart rate monitoring on smart mode, so you can have it on constant, where it monitors your heart rate 24/7 literally, or you can have it on smart mode where it will sort of like, it will measure it when it thinks you're most active. Like if you're just like sitting around, it won't measure it as often, which is meant to save battery life. And yeah, I charged this last night at about 1 a.m. It's now 9:26 the next day, and battery light the battery is down to 86%, as you can see there. So I'm gonna get like less than 10 days out of this before it needs to recharge, and that's like I said, without the constant heart rate monitoring. I've not even used it for workouts or anything yet, and that the battery life just isn't good. But the main issue I have with it, right, is the accuracy. I mainly like a fitness tracker for two things: sleep monitoring and counting my steps passively. Like I don't even really use it for workouts all that much. And the sleep data on this, to be fair, it seems quite a bit more accurate than the Xiaomi Mi Band 3. Just based on my experience, how much deep sleep it thinks I've had, how many times I woke up, what my heart rate was, it seems a lot more accurate, this does, compared to the Mi Band 3. So yeah, the sleep monitoring is fine. If that's what you want it for, this is a great watch. I'd fully recommend it for sleep tracking. And also the heart rate monitoring is very accurate as well, especially when you do exercise. I found the Mi Band 3 really struggled to keep up with my heart rate. Like it couldn't track it very well when I was running and stuff like that. This has no issues doing that at all. So yeah, anyway, the reason I'm going to take it back is the step count, which is a very important feature to me, is very inaccurate on this watch compared to the Mi Band 3. Let me just change the display back to this one and I'll demonstrate. So this probably sounds weird, but sometimes when I'm struggling to sleep, I sort of rock myself to sleep. Like I'll lay on my side and just rock back and forth slightly. It's something I've always done since I was a kid. The Mi Band 3, when I did that, it didn't track it as a step, which is good, like it shouldn't do, obviously. This, on the other hand, I woke up this morning and it said I'd done like 1,500 steps at like 1 or 2 a.m., which is obviously impossible. So I'm going to see if I can demonstrate now. So it's on 10,590 here. So if I just, let's have a look. Imagine it's on my wrist. And bear in mind, I've had the Mi Band 2 and the Mi Band 3, and it never seemed to miscount steps. Like, it was always very accurate. So let's have a look now. See what I mean? 10,617. It's just not good enough. Like people say it has, yeah, a 6-axis gyroscope or whatever is inside it, so it's way more accurate. That is not accurate, I'm sorry. Like going like that, it should know I'm not walking. The Mi Band 3 manages it with only 3 sensors on board. This has got 6, so it should be more accurate, but it's just not. And for that reason, it's saying that today I've done 10,617 when I know I've done probably about 7,000 as a maximum, probably more like 6,000 to be honest. So yeah, that's my main issue with it. Apart from that and the battery life, it's a great tracker. So yeah, if you don't care about the step function, this is a great watch. If you do, then I would go for the Xiaomi Mi Band 3 or a Fitbit or something like that. So yeah, as far as other gripes I have with it, I can't really think of any. I guess one would be the screen turns itself off quite quickly. Like that, see what I mean? You don't seem to get long to view it. And also, it's very hard to find a watch face that has the hour and the minutes on one line. Most of the designs seem to be hour on top, minutes on the bottom. And also the date is a bit simple, like Tuesday 3, like, do you know what I mean? But apart from that, yeah, it's good. So don't buy it if you want accurate step counting, because this ain't gonna do it. and that's the reason I'm going to send it back, because I would rather sacrifice like the Honor phone, like the alarm function and the really accurate sleep data. Um, I'd rather sacrifice that in return for a much more accurate step counter and a longer battery life, because I believe the Mi Band 4 has something like 2 weeks battery life, at least. So, yeah, hopefully this helps someone. That's just my warning, because I've seen a lot of reviews out there praising this watch, and it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of them are like paid ones, paid to give a good review. I'm just a regular guy. I like to keep track of my sleep and my steps and my heart rate sometimes. I'm just your typical user, and to me, going like this, it in in 2020, it shouldn't be acceptable for it to count that as steps. So, yeah, there we go.